Hello, sports fans, sports bettors, and YouTube Nation. John here with Ricket Picks. Baseball talk continues. The New York Yankees season is ahead. We know the baseball season is going to happen. The real question is just when will it happen and how many games will they play? Without a lot of sports betting going on, there's some soccer games. I'm going to drop a soccer video, so if you want to go check that out, feel free to. But from now on till we get some baseball or any action going back up, I'm going to break down all the teams and tell you where I think they're going to place in their divisions and how I think they're going to do in the season. And we'll see how we do at the end of the season. It'll be fun. So, that being said, we know there's going to be a baseball season. Just when, how many games, where are they going to play the games to start with? Are they still going to stay away from some places even when they get going? There's a lot of unanswered questions, and the only thing we know is, right now baseball's planning on a 2-week late start. Does that mean they push the playoffs back 2 weeks, or do they just chop off some games and go from there? There's talk that maybe all the interleague games may or may not happen. So, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But the Yankees currently have 17 homegrown players on their roster expected to be part of their 40-man roster. Homegrown means the Yankees drafted them, they came up through their system, and they've never been anything but a Yankee. As everyone knows, or at least people in the industry feel, the Yankees go out and purchase a lot of championships because they just, who's better and we got money, we're going to go pay them, and we're going to pay what they want and get them. A.K.A. Garrett Cole. Picked him up this season. Huge free agent signing. But they did re-sign some free agents of their own, Brett Gardner and Tyler Lyons. They re-signed. Lyons, they gave a non-roster invite to spring training, and it looks like he may make the roster. But, it's obviously all in limbo now. But they did lose some key guys to free agency. They did not re-sign Edwin Encarnacion. I believe he went to the Twins, or Tag or somebody. Cameron Maben, Didi Gregorius, shortstop, Austin Romine, catcher, David Hernandez, Corey Guerin, bullpen. One of their big guys in their bullpen, Dylan Betances, is gone. Greg Bird, I believe, signed a minor league contract somewhere, and Trevor Rosenthal. So they lost all these guys to free agency this year. Their projected starting lineup consists of only 3 players originally signed by them. So I was talking about earlier the homegrown part. But their projected starting lineup is as follows. At second base, obviously they went out and got DJ LeMahieu. They re-signed Brett Gardner. He's expected to start in center field. Gleyber Torres at shortstop, who's just been he's been great for the Yankees. He's shown a lot of promise last year. Gary Sanchez spent a great deal of time not playing and then came back and still managed to hit bombs, a lot of them. So he'll be back catching. Luke Voigt, who is a man amongst men. He last year hit a lot of home runs in a short period of time. Didn't play a lot. Was kind of frustrated with his playing time. But it looks like he's going to be back at first base this year. And they got Miguel Andujar, who's a stud, and they got Mike Ford. So either one of those could be the DH at any time. Mike Toshman looks like he's going to start in left field. Gio Urshela at third base. He needs no introduction. He's really stepped up and proved that he can play in the pinstripes there at third base. And then it looks like Clint Frazier is going to be starting right fielder to start the season. More on that in a minute. Keep in mind they have key injuries right now. Aaron Hicks, who's an outfielder, Aaron Judge, and Giancarlo Stanton. Hicks had Tommy John surgery in October of last year, so I'm fairly confident he's going to miss this entire season. Those usually take a year plus to get back from, and I wouldn't think that if they do make the playoffs, they're not going to rush him back if they made it with what they got. It'd be senseless to do that. Judge has a stress fracture in his rib. It's a daily thing. Obviously, it's spring training, so there's no reason to push him. Just let that heal and carry on. And Stanton has a strained calf, so it's kind of the same thing there. It's just kind of a daily thing and he'll get better. And it's really comes down to they're going to benefit from the late start of the season because these guys have time to heal, and they're huge pieces to their puzzle. I mean, obviously, Giancarlo Stanton, he hits a lot of home runs, and Aaron Judge is a huge, huge factor for them. And both those are outfielders, so they're just going to get better as the season goes on. They had a huge free agent signing for their pitching staff in Garrett Cole. He'll be their number 1 starter, undoubtedly. Expect him to have a great season. I don't know if it'll be as good as it was in Houston. Don't even get me started on that again. But I think Garrett Cole's going to have a great year this year. They got Masahiro Tanaka. He'll be their number 2 pitcher. J.A. Happ. And then they got Jordan Montgomery. And then the guy that stepped up for him last year was Jonathan Lasagoya. He, or Lasuega, that's what it is. He, stepped up last year for him and pitched great down the stretch. It's what they needed. They did lose Dylan Betances in the bullpen, but they still have Zach Britton, Aroldis Chapman, who throws over 100. They got Chad Green and Jonathan Holder for their 6th and 7th and middle innings. If they need them, which they will, they're not afraid to run a guy from the bullpen out in the 5th inning. Old Boone, he's not gonna he'll do it. It's the new game. You run the starters 5, maybe 6 innings, and then you go to your bullpen, and all these teams are so heavily building their bullpens. There goes the microphone. But they're so heavily working on their bullpens to shift over to that, so the starting pitchers don't have so much stress on their arms. But they have starting pitchers. James Paxton, he had a microscopic lumbar disectomy on February 5th, and then Luis Severino had Tommy John surgery on February 27th, so he's done. He's not going to pitch this year. And then they'll get Domingo Germán back sometime during the year. He's suspended 81 games. He's due back June 3rd. However, with the season getting pushed back, and it's a 81-game suspension, so I think his release date will get pushed back depending on when the season takes place and how many games they play and all that good stuff. Usually 81 games is half a season, but it may not be half a season this year. It might be 3/4 of a season. So that'll be interesting. But just like last year, I fully expect the Yankees to come out of the gate. They're going to do the same thing they did last year in 2019. They're going to struggle a little bit. Some people are going to hit the panic button, if there's any panic buttons left to hit by then. Some Yankee fans will be like, "Oh, we're terrible, blah blah blah," but by the end of the season, they're gonna win the division. They're gonna run away with the AL East. I think the only competition they're gonna have again is the Tampa Bay Raids, excuse me. Can't be politically incorrect. It's the Tampa Bay Rays now. They're gonna contend with them, but I think in the end the Yankees are just gonna run away and win. They're going to, Boston fans, I'm sorry, I don't think Boston's got it this year. It's just not their season. My bold prediction for the Yankees: they win their division, they make the playoffs, and I don't think anybody's going to stop them from winning the American League pennant. So there you have it. If you guys watched my video yesterday, I predicted the Dodgers to win the World Series. Now you know who's going to be over, the Yankees. So I see nothing that can slow these two teams down. And the only thing that's going to slow the Yankees down is their own injuries, if these guys can't get healthy and come back and contribute to the team. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope everybody has a great weekend. And, I'd say good luck with your bets, but there's not really any of that going on. So just have a great weekend. Thank you for watching this video again.